Feeling like the president, but I can't vote, boy. Picked him out from miles away, he in my scope, boy. How you speaking on my name and making no noise?
So as far as your brother, like we in New Orleans, we have to grow fast. We become men before we supposed
Right.
to be men. Um, you said you put yourself as a nerd. As far as your brother, was he labeled as a nerd or was he in the streets?
Nah, I don't think so if you ask anybody in that era from I would say probably 12 to 17 age, they would probably say I was in the streets because selling crack and doing all of that stuff is why I say I'm not here to glorify that. Right now, I'm a family man, I'm a God-fearing man, I'm a nerd. That's what I embrace.
Okay.
I don't think my brother, and again, I wasn't there, so I don't know during that era. What I got when I called home from prison and before I left, my brother was a ladies' man. That's who he was. Pretty boy type, the baby bangs, the S curl, you know how it was in that era. And when I called home, that's what I continued to got. I never got I'm selling drugs, I'm packing this gun, we doing this, I'm with this hitter. I never got that conversation from him when I called home. It was always I got a new girl, I got this white girl, I got this Vietnamese girl. Like it was that type of stuff. So nothing that he said led me to believe he was in the streets.
Okay. And on touching on your brother, how long has it been since your brother passed away?
2002, so 23 years.
Okay. When someone loses their brother to violence, how does time impact the healing process?
You never fully heal, man. You learn to live with it, like an amputation, like I said before, because it's family. So, two things happen. You either gonna want retaliation, and you're gonna go seek retaliation, and it's gonna be a never-ending cycle, or you accept it for what it is, and you get on a positive vibe. And that's where I'm at with it now. I'm on a positive vibe, and I don't think like they could beat God. That's why most of them that was there that they claimed did it and hit him either dead or in prison.
Hmm. Can you recall the last interaction you had with your brother?
Yeah, in person or on the phone.
Both.
So yeah, on the phone, and I'm sorry if I offend you. Well, I ain't gonna say her name, but it was a girl I used to mess with. Um, and I called home, and he said, "Hey, guess who I got over here?" And I'm like, "Who?" And he say her name. Check out the tent wall, and I say, "Huh?" It kind of shocked me and hurt me at the same time.
Mhm.
So I'm like, what? Say, yeah, I got such and such over here. And I know me and her left on bad terms. With no boyfriend, girlfriend stuff, just sexual stuff. And I'm like, is he stunned or is he telling the truth? So I hear in the background, he give her the phone. She like, hey, how you been doing? And I want to keep talking, but the pride in me like hurt. I'm like, man, my little brother done got a hold of one of my exes, man. And me and him laughed about it after, but that was the last interaction that I had with him on the phone.
Okay. What about in person?
In person, it was when I had graduated boot camp, and him and I just stood there talking, took a picture, talk about what he wanted to do as far as his future.
Since you wasn't there at the scene, how many different stories have you heard on what happened that night?
Man, I heard like 30 different stories of what happened. The only thing that remained consistent is see murder pull the trigger from the people I talked to. How the fight started, was it a fight, who did what, how many people jumped them, all that stuff changed. And even with the ones who said he didn't did it, would remain consistent with them, is they all put him at different places.
Was there any stories that kind of related to Rashid's observation?
No, not really. So his observation, he's saying that C was at the door with him and it was a fight or whatnot. They all talk about the fight, and then supposedly they saying it was Wango that did it, or it was Wine that did it. Um, And these the ones that's trying to say that C Murder didn't pull the trigger. So again, the only thing that remains consistent in their story is you got 30 different people putting C Murder at 30 different places. So that don't add up.
No, bitch ain't bigger than the program. Bitch ain't bigger than the program. Bitch ain't bigger than the program. Next time you need to remember. Bitch ain't bigger than the program. I ain't no nigga bigger than the program.